Welcome to A Guide to Every Deck in Modern. Today we're taking a look at 4-Color Creativity. 4-Color Creativity is a combo deck that uses Indomitable Creativity in combination with tokens to cheat out game-ending threats. The deck's game plan is to act as a control deck in the early game, answering threats, then generate tokens typically either through Hard Evidence or Dwarven Mine, which can be fetched for. Because the deck runs only 2 creature cards, it can polymorph those tokens with Creativity into Emrakul and or Sarah's Emissary, either or both of which will likely win the game on their own depending on the matchup. 4-Color Creativity is slower than many other combo decks, only capable of winning by turn 4 or 5. It makes up for this by being consistent and packing disruption for opposing decks. The deck can alternatively be built with Primeval Titan as the payoff creature, fetching Valakut and Mountains. The upsides to this are: 1. Titan is a far more castable threat when you don't have Creativity. 2. Valakut can potentially win on its own and can target opposing creatures or planeswalkers. And 3. You can potentially kill your opponent immediately with Valakut triggers if you can polymorph 3 tokens rather than having to pass the turn. The downsides are that Titan is easier to remove and interact with over Emissary and Emrakul, and your mana base becomes slightly worse by needing to include Valakut. Sideboarding and how to beat it. The deck's primary weakness is counter spells, since all the opponent needs to do to stop it is just counter Creativity, and faster decks that don't rely on creatures that it can interact with, such as Tron or Belcher. Also, Blood Moon shuts off Dwarven Mine, severely limiting the deck's ability to generate tokens. Teferi helps a lot with protecting the combo. The sideboard is mostly a mix of generic answers to various archetypes and is not at all set in stone. The easiest cards to sideboard out are the various interactive spells such as Prismatic Ending, Lightning Bolt, and Fire and Ice. Tips and tricks. If the token's Creativity targets are removed before it resolves, it will fizzle. You can target multiple tokens to make it harder to disrupt. You can also target more tokens than you have threats for. If it's infeasible to win via Creativity for whatever reason, you can win in other ways, such as ultimating Jace or Wrenn and 6, Valakut triggers, or in a really wild scenario, attacking with dwarf tokens. Don't count on this last one. If you happen to draw your threats and thus can't Creativity into them, you can put them back in your deck with Jace's Brainstorm ability or by discarding Emrakul to Prismari Command. It's easy to forget that one of the modes on Prismari Command is to create a treasure token. This isn't often relevant, but it can sometimes be if you want to cast Creativity a turn earlier. The treasure token is also a token that Creativity can target. If you're playing the Primeval Titan version, the first Titan fetches 2 Valakuts, the second one fetches 2 Mountains and deals 12 damage. You need 3 Titans for an immediate win. I hope you've enjoyed this look at 4-Color Creativity. I want to thank my fellow players in the Magic community for whom sharing their experiences helps make these guides possible. You can find additional resources, such as an up-to-date deck list, in the description. If you think I left out anything important or got something wrong, please leave your thoughts in the comments, and stay tuned to see what deck we look at next time.